What is up, YouTube? If you clicked on the video, this is going to be a new series regarding the RTA pick, ban, win, or get outdrafted. And this is similar to my RTA series where I did last season, which was the Road to Legend. And I feel like the Road to Legend series, like I've already ended Legend 3 seasons in a row now. So not to say that I'm like all that or anything, but I feel like the name of the title of the series is kind of lost its flavor, since we've already kind of accomplished the goal, right? So I'm kind of thinking maybe we come up with a different title, and that's why we've come out to pick, ban, win, or get outdrafted. And this series is surrounding basically just me drafting and explaining all my thought process, similar to the Road to Legend series if you guys have watched it. And if you guys do enjoy this kind of format, please let me know in the comments below, and it'll help me with the algorithm. Like and subscribe if you haven't already to not miss another episode. And I'll see you guys in the first match. Okay, so there's a Runka Harsetti pre-ban with Hua Young first pick. Sorry, did I say Hua Young? I meant Peira. I will again pick Conquer Lilius and Ilanav. Why not?
Do not surrender.
Try to keep it simple. I think if you're trying to get into RTA, it's really important to kind of simplify the draft because there's like 350 units in the game. And I think overall it's just helpful if you're able to simplify the game for you, where you can just pick like 20 or 30 units and keep it really simple. So he goes mitigation and FCC with DJB on 3 so that he takes away the barrier inversion here. Need to think about what can punish this. Celine can't really punish. And I have mitigation. This is kind of a bad setup for me. Maybe I pick Flan here, and then I pick Tenebria. I can get Flan here for damage source, and then Tenebria to, again, get him to play reactive here. Because most cases, they'll pick something like Solitaria into the Flan, right? But because it's not really that good, he goes Lionheart to counter the dual attacks, and the S1 on Tenebria, which makes sense. That's a good pick. Obviously, you can think of units like, Celine that can maybe proc off of the dual attack, but Celine trying to kill a Vigor defense buff with mitigation and barrier, like on the Lionheart, is really, 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 really hard. So that's kind of something I would probably lean away from. I kind of want to pick something with tempo on 5. And the reason why I want to pick tempo is because he only technically has one opener here, right? Miki. 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 Amiki, I pick Mort. Mort can directly address this lose condition, and then if I basically threaten the Mort versus the Amiki, so he can't counter win con, and then obviously he's gonna ban my Mort to get this through, and so I'm gonna just leave the Amiki for last, and then try to fight through the rest of his draft. I do have the Ilanav addressing the Lionheart, so I don't have to ban it here, right? So what I could do is I could just ban his tempo here to deny Swift Boots and stuff like that, since I feel like I can fight through this draft. Now, if I didn't have Ilanav to address the Lionheart, then it would be a little bit harder for me to play, right? But I'm not too afraid of the Amiki, just because of the fact that I have Mitt, I'm tanky, I have Vigor, right? Don't have to be too worried about it. I'm gonna S3 here. Now, ideally, my Tenebria would be a bit faster here, but he is Soulcon DDR, I mean DJB. He's gonna push. Let me think here. Redirect, provoke, defense break. S1 for flan damage. Oh, I timed out. I go for flan damage. Miki countered. It's fine. He gets barrier inversion, but it's fine. Lionheart's not going to do too much damage, I think. I hope.
I'd do anything for you, darling. I'll finish this first, then go have some fun.
DJB gets the S3 here. Lionheart's gonna get the S3. A lot of damage is coming in, so hopefully my Ilinav's mitigation is gonna be enough with Vigor. 30% defense, right? Shouldn't do too much damage, I think. That was still a decent amount. I'm gonna S1 kill FCC first. I think my flan has no artifact on. That's the second time I didn't proc, that's the second time I didn't proc. It's kind of weird. I might need to check that after. So now I'm gonna go for the S3 to land the debuffs. Strip off the defense buff and the immunity off the Lionheart Hermia.
Freedom is only but an illusion.
Okay, we didn't land on the Amiki, which is kind of bad.
Think you can handle this?
So that means we're not really going to be able to get our Rupture out. I think it's a dual attack. Okay, Sweet Miracle. Let's S2 this. Defense break is big.
As expected.
Lionheart Hermia can't cleanse, she's one turn off. I S2, I get stealth. If I S1, then Amiki S1 counter, he kills me, so I want to S2 for stealth here, get Rupture out.
To escape.
Okay, so there's the counter that I was talking about.
What'll happen now?
DJB doesn't have skills for 2 turns, or 1 more turn rather. So he has to just go for an S1. Okay. So now I'm going to S3 into DJB because he has the S2, S3 coming around, and Lionheart basically can't do anything with that broken anyways. Okay. And then now I just S1 with Flan. I want to S1 over S3, and there's a very specific reason why I'm doing that, right? The reason is because the S1 would do enough damage anyways, and the S1 is, you cannot get countered, right? Which means it gives Amiki less odds to counter me. If I go for an S3, I guarantee a kill, and I get tempo, I'm going to risk myself of getting more counters from the Amiki, which is kind of something I want to avoid if possible. But obviously, it could still happen, right? I mean, we've already procced him this time. And this is where if I Soul Burn twice, I get 1 turn closer to Mirror of the Abyss, but obviously that's suboptimal. So I'm going to go for S1 to try to not proc him. I proc the counter. I proc the counter, which means my Tenebria is dead. And now I gotta just hope and pray that Amiki doesn't 1v4.
This is it.
Another counter. Kong's probably gonna die here.
For the future of the Wind Tribe.
Get a bit of healing here. Amiki might just 1v9 me. He got another counter. That's not good.
What are you doing?
It all just comes down to if Amiki counters, pretty much. I think I can tank.
No looking back.
Indom Ilinav? Question mark. Oh wow.
Don't think you're leading.
Oh, it goes for the Ilinav. Very smart.
Obey.
Very, very smart.
To live.
So all I can do now is put Vigor up.
Seizing victory is seizing the future.
Feel my sword.
Go for S2 to get barrier.
Kneel before me.
And try to be
take
tanky
your
enough
life.
to not die with a barrier and hope he doesn't
Obey
counter.
If you wish to
If he doesn't,
live.
I think I'm dead either way. Because this attack will be enough. Yeah, I'm dead. So he played really well, right? One thing I want to point out is, on the turn with Amiki versus Conqueror and Ilinav, he made the right decision by going for the Ilinav instead of the Conqueror. So he made the right play there, which is really good. Most people want to take out the Conqueror Lilius, but he recognized that the lose condition was actually Illinev staying alive and going in a 1v1, right? Since Illinev is pretty slow. So it was a good recognition by him to make that decision on the fly there in the 1v2. So yeah, good job. Okay, so we see Barunka Harsetti pre-ban. Doesn't really give us a whole lot of information to go off of, but we're going to want to pick up a neutral character, so I'm going to go with Peyra on 1 here.
Bunch of Sunday
Oh yeah, does my
drivers.
Flan have no artifact on? Oh, she does have an artifact. She just didn't proc it like 3 times. Dang. Okay. It's plus 27. Damn. So he goes with Luna in response to my Peyra pick, which is a pretty good neutral pick because obviously it has skill effect nullifier,
Here I
immunity.
come.
It can be on any build possible. He goes Yuffie for pickup mitigation and protect himself from potentially any aggressive picks coming on the 2-3. Yuffie. I don't really want to play too aggro here. So I have 2 ways I can play here. I can either play more aggressive by picking stuff like, you know, Amon, Sea Phantom, Litica, Kong, that kind of thing. Or I can kind of like move away and pick up a Cleanser versus Luna and then play accordingly, right? So I think both options are pretty viable here. It just depends on like your preference. I'm going to want to pick up some mitigation in my draft just because I feel like it'll be really helpful. So I'm going to pick up Illinev here to stop Pen. And I'm going to pick up Acades. And I'm going to go with Infernizing Acades on Idle Cheer. And the reason I go Idle's Cheer is because I want a little bit more of a tankier Acades. That way I can, you know, if I eat hits, I'm pushing up my Peyra or any of my DPS into 4 or 5, depending on what he picks on the 3-4. Now, one thing to remember is Abyssal Yuffie can be built on any build, right? So if you come across any of the Legend account reviews that I've done in the past, like 2 weeks, this Abyssal Yuffie can be on Lifesteal, it can be on Elbrus, it can be on Destro, it can be on Aureus, on Protset, so it can be on a variety of builds, right? And he goes with Frida on 3 to basically bridge his Luna, right? So he can Soul Burn into another S3 to attack buff, which tells me that this Yuffie is most likely going to be on a damage build on Holy Sacrifice. Most likely. Most likely that is going to be the case. Now, his draft kind of looks like... It does look a little bit low damage. It does look a little bit low damage. So I kind of want to pick units that don't care about debuffs. Ideally, I think Sylvian's... I don't know, Sylvian doesn't work versus this because there's resource reduction. Let me think. Luna, Tori. Tori's pretty good. Tori doesn't care about the debuffs coming in. Tori doesn't care about that. Hua Young doesn't care about that either, so I'm just going to grab 2 DPS characters that don't care about debuffs since he has a lot of debuffs. He has Seal, Unbuffable, Restrict, Death Break, Bind, Attack Down. Like, there's just a lot of debuffs here, and I can't pick something like, you know, Designer Lilibet or something because Luna can seal me, right? Which is why I say you need to grab 2 characters on the 4 or 5 that don't care about debuffs, right? Tori is one of them. Hua Young is one of them. What else is one of them? Like technically you could even pick a Miki there if you wanted to, since that's more of like a free-to-play option. What else is there? Yeah, that's all the thing I can think of at the moment. So he bans out the Hua Young. I have the Tori win condition. I have 2 cleansers versus draft. Overall, my draft seems okay. I have Mitt, I have Cleanse, I have Tempo, I have a damage source, so usually you want to have those 4 things crossed out, right?
Is it time to draw my sword?
So his Litica is going to go first, and he's going to be able to Soul Burn S2. Someone in chat asked, would Sage Ball have been fine here? No, Sage Ball wouldn't have been good because if Litica restricts, then your Sage Ball, you're down a unit, right? And it doesn't do anything in that setup, so no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be that good. So he actually opted to not Soul Burn? He saved it? Or did he Soul Burn? I was reading chat. Frida goes for an S3. Gets Bird's Eye View attack buff. Litica's going to be able to get an S3 to get the defense break. And I basically just have to survive the initial burst, right? After Lidica Death breaks one, and Luna gets an S2, and Yuffie gets a turn, after that I can kind of stabilize, right?
Eternal.
And now Peyra was able to evade, so that's great. I hold my place in line on the combat readiness bar. 23k Luna does mean that the S2 is going to hurt a little bit, but Peyra S3 can cleanse off two debuffs here, so the game should be over from this spot. I don't think the game is winnable for him anymore.
Do I scare you?
Yep. So defense break, unfortunately, is going to stay on my Illinav since I only cleansed 2, like I mentioned. But now I'm going to S3. And I think a lot of players in this spot, they'll just make a random decision on who to target. When you're in this position, you have to think, okay, out of the 4 characters, what is my lose condition? What is the worst character for me to fight against in this setup, in this spot? Right? Is it Lidica? She already ripped her S3, S2. Not really. Is it Luna? She can like soul burn and do stuff. We'll have a cleanser and a Katie's, right? So if that's the case, and I think that I just want to break skill off anyone, right? I want to set up a kill for my Tori, right? I missed the defense break on the Yuffie, which is, you know, unfortunate to say the least, but I have my Katie's here. I'm going to cleanse my Illinak because I want to get the defense break off, right? I don't want his damage dealer with attack buff to run into my mitigation with death break, right? It's just not good, right? He's gonna take so much damage. It's gonna be really bad for me. So now I'm going to have a huge turn here to go S3. Again, you have to think, who do I want to put the damage into, right? Breaking skill off Luna, breaking it off of Lidica. Any option really is fine. I'm just gonna put it into the Yuffie. I want to get this Yuffie out of here, and once I get into Windrider with my Tori, we're kind of chilling. We do proc Cascade on the Tori, which is great, so I'm going to be able to S3. Okay, now we soul burn. We're going to go into Windrider with Tori, kill off the Yuffie. Most likely, like I mentioned in the drafting phase, I said that is most likely a Holy Sack Yuffie. So let's see if I was correct. So it is a Holy Sack Yuffie, right? Anytime they decide to play like a opener like Luna with a bridge on 3, with Yuffie on 2, most of the time it's going to be Holy Sacrifice on damage, right? So that confirms our suspicions. Now Luna has a decision to make, right? Does she want to S1 or S3? She can't S3 because Akades is going to be able to do her thing, right? Okay, so she goes for the S3 to strip my buffs off. Now my Akades is going to be able to rip, right? So that's fine. I don't care about getting sealed. That's just more buffs for my Akades to convert. And Frida doesn't have anything to do, so we are going to win. So we just got to be patient. Now, one thing to remember as well, when you're playing this game, right, and I've already been able to say, I've been able to luckily call out that, oh, it's going to be Holy Sack Yuffie, right? When you have this information confirmed, something in your head that needs to happen is you need to remember that and be like, okay, if I hit other characters, I can't proc an Elbrus, right? So that's gonna make a fundamental difference in how you're gonna play this out, right? If I know he can't Elbrus, if I hit any of the other 3 characters, I'm safe from that lose condition, right? If I hit her directly with a unit that might not be able to kill her, for example, like Illinak, and I give her 100 Fighting Spirit, then I'm putting her back into the game, right? If I Soul Burn Peyra, again, that's another lose condition that I might run into. So I want to eliminate as many lose conditions as possible, right? So these are things that you want to constantly be thinking about while you're in the game. It's not just, you know, you take a turn, I take a turn, they take a turn. You always have to try to identify what's the lose condition, what's the win condition. Like, if there's a chance I 3% dual attack, will I lose from that spot? Things like that, right? Now, again, Lidica still has 1 turn away from S2, which means that she's still kind of a non-factor, right? I know Tori, with all these buffs, can one-shot Yuffie, right? So I can deal with that lose condition of 100 Fighting Spirit and her soloing me, right? So I'm going to soul burn and I'm going to kill her out. Perfect. Now that Yuffie's out of the field, now it's 3v4. The game's basically unlosable, right? My Peyra can start soul burning, I can get tempo, I can start killing things one by one with the Tori, and just kind of overwhelm him, right? And it does help that Akades gave my Peyra a Gab, which gives me way more damage. And I don't know if it's this guy's connection or my connection, but we're going to break skill null off the Luna so we can start setting up for our Peyra win con.
It's hollow justice at best.
And again, another thing I want you to pay attention to is always pay attention to the combat readiness bar. Okay, you always want to pay attention to this because you want to know exactly where the danger is. Like, when is the danger coming? Is it this turn? Is it the next turn? Right? You have to always be paying attention to this so you know that, as I mentioned throughout this game, right? Litika S2, non-factor, right? She doesn't have any skills to press. I'm not worried about her at the moment, right? So now I'm going to boost down my Tori. Since Yufin is dead, I'm going to be able to get another cycle. And he surrenders. There we go. Alright, so we're going to see the Renag Harsetti identical pre-bans, right? So again, it tells me everything I need to know. I know I don't like playing against Renag because it forces me to play reactive. I don't want to play against Harsetti because there's a lot of speed RNG. So I want to pick something that's neutral, right? And the great thing about having neutral units is Boss Sarunka is open, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. Now he responds with Pera Luna. Immediately he's picking like high tempo units, right? He has 20% combat readiness, Swift Boots, 50 CR, Seal, Unbuffable. Very, very scary, right? Very, very scary at the moment. So I have to play on the back foot. You could look to play aggro here and play Zeo on 3, but with Arunka, it's a little bit hard to play an aggro setup. I'm not a huge fan of it. So I'm gonna opt to play maybe a little bit more defensive instead. So I'm going to want to try to deny Soul Burns, right? Now he obviously can still go Frida on 3 like he did like the last game from the person that we just faced. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Bellion. And the reason I'm gonna go Bellion is I can shut down Souls. And I have 3F that can punch through evasion, which I don't care about. And I'm gonna go Acades on 3. And I'm pairing the Bellion with the Acades because one of the weaknesses of Acades is if they just soul burn and control you, right? He picks more souls, which kind of positions where he might maybe ban the Bellion. So now he has he does have a lot of damage, right? He has Rupture, S3, S2, Soul Burn, Uberius Tooth. I need to find a way to gonna give myself some good odds versus this match here. Because I have Acades on 3, I do have the luxury of just picking like 2 units that can just kill his whole draft, right? So I feel like Strays would be a force ban, right? Because I can just push the Strays and then he's just basically dead, right? I'll do that. I'll pick Strays for 1. I'll pick Celine on 2nd.
Who are you people?
And again, the reason why I'm going like kind of aggressive on the 4 or 5 is because I have Acades, right? I already have Acades here where I can just boost and kill, right? Some people in chat are saying like Bison or Huayang. Bison or Huayang technically would lose this, right? There's a lot of fixed damage. There's S3 fixed. There's S2 chip. There's Uberius chip. 1v1, Payra can't beat me, but Celine can kill everything and put up immortality, right? So that's why I want to play it in this way. I'm going to ban the Flan because Flan, if he has S1 with any of the openers and kills these units, I'm dead if he bans Arunka, right? Which is why I have to ban last and respect it. And now I'm going to release Imprint because I just need as much damage as possible, and we're going to play it from there. Okay. So Luna does go first, and my Acades will be able to cut, since I'm going to cut 20 CR, right? And he's 21k Luna, which tells me that he's not going to be able to one-shot these squishy units. If he was like higher, I think it would be able to one-shot me. But because he's not able to one-shot me there, right? So now what I'm going to do is... I think boosting Celine makes the most sense here. And now I have Barrier, so I can Nimble turn 1. I can go for a kill onto the Tenebria. Okay, I get Wind Rider. Now I can put up my Immortality.
Relationship between us ends here.
And now Payra can't do anything anymore, right? I have Immortality on every single unit. Payra's gonna S3, S1, provide combat readiness for her own team, but he's already down a unit, and then my Strays is gonna be able to kill the LRK, and once LRK dies, the game's basically over.
Can you keep up with me?
Okay, that's fine. We don't care about that. LRK gets an S3, but it doesn't matter. My Immortality is keeping me in the game. Beautiful. And now Strays gets the S3. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the LRK. Okay, there we go. And now I'm gonna S2. This can strip off the buffs. I don't want a soul burn here. Why? I don't want a soul burn because I need my Celine to soul burn, right? Her soul burn is 20 souls. I don't want to go for an S2 here to waste my souls, right? So that's
Save
very
your
important.
breath.
Okay, beautiful.
Time to end our
Luna's going to be able to get 100 CR with the S2, but we don't care, right? We still have immortality. We don't worry about it whatsoever.
You have weakness all over.
Okay, I get more push.
Control this power.
And the game's over. There we go. Okay, so again, Luna and Renok pre-bans. So once again, we have Barunka. So let's go ahead and pick her up.
Today, aren't we?
This is a formidable opponent.
And he goes with Fallen Cecilia
Can you keep up with
and
me?
Peyra. So I will try to play... I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Aiden and then play Conquer Lilius on 3.
Obey if you wish to live.
And the reason why is because I've noticed some people that are playing with the new buffed Conquer Lilius, they play Conquer Lilius on 3 when they get Barunka on 1, because obviously you're able to you're able to hide from the Zeo with the Barunka in the front, right? And the Conquer Lilius enables the Aiden to get a bunch of combat readiness every single turn, so it'll be really helpful, right? Now, based on what he picks on the 3-4 is going to determine how I draft the rest of this game. Because he picks Lionheart Sturmia to address the duels and the counters. Now I need to pick up the tempo, right? If I just pick something like really slow, Lionheart's going to sweep my whole team and kill me, right? So I'm going to want to pick units like, you know, maybe Argent Waves Hwayang that can work off of the Vigor. That would be really helpful. Or I can pick units like, I don't know, like units that can just one-shot, like Celine, maybe?
You don't look very
Blood Moon
appetizing.
Haste. Alright, so let's go ahead and pick Hwayang,
The sun's intense.
since we're going to need a lot of damage this game. And let's go ahead and go with... I want to say... What's another good pick I can go with here? Strays? I need a good bridge. I can't green Euphine, man. My green Euphine is slow. How do I deal with this last pick? Okay, well, dude, Xarian is not fine. It is not fine if I do that. But sure, alright, dude. Sure, man.
I'll show you the dragon.
You say green Euphine? Fine. I'll pick it, dude. Watch me lose now. It works? Watch this. I'm about to die, man. What do you mean, watch this? There's nothing to watch, dude.
Fortune will favor us.
07 green Euphine. Okay, low-key though, I just banned mid. I feel like I can ban mitigation because I have enough damage to overwhelm him. The double rest is kind of annoying. I'm gonna ban mitigation. Because I have so much damage on my team, I ban mitigation, just overwhelm him with damage and just try to kill him. That's why I'm going to ban mitigation. He actually banned Euphine. That's crazy. Wait, he actually banned Euphine. Oh wait, I was supposed to put... Oh shit, whoops. I was too busy yapping. I was supposed... Okay, well, just like I said last time, you're supposed to put your imprints in order. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad.
Come, I'll take your life.
I'm gonna go for the S3
Give
here.
all that you have for the glory of Poland.
Lionheart's gonna bridge.
Try this on for size.
Did not kill her, which I guess is kind of a good thing.
Feel my sword.
I'm going to... I'm gonna S2 to try to defense break this. Blood Moon Haste.
Just come all at
I'm going to S3 to try to run as much damage into this Blood Moon Haste as possible.
I'm here. It was a little cute.
It's proof of valor. I couldn't kill it. We are so cooked. I mean, I can just S3 and kill off the Lionheart Sirmia here first. Kill off Lionheart Sirmia so that he can't S3, S1. He gets the Blood Aura. He cleanses 2 debuffs left to right, which means Defense Break is going to stay here. He has to go into my Boss Arunca. Obviously, he could revive with Lionheart Sirmia. I mean, with Ruel, which would be pretty annoying. Which I expect he probably will, to be honest. Or he can also just barrier up his Blood Moon Haste as well. He has a lot of different plays I can go for here.
I swear.
Okay. Ruel the Light's gonna go for S3. And he does bring back the Lionheart Sirmia. Okay. Lionheart Sirmia gets to rip the S3 with no defense buff. Still kills me. I give him a counter.
Let's make this a night to remember. First come, first serve.
Oh my god. My Arunca is countering too much.
You're my baby sister. No matter what.
The winning play is probably I have to S3 this to take off the barrier. Or at least throw some chip damage into it. And then my Aiden can soul burn and put some damage in, right? Now I can soul burn to throw out AoE damage with Aiden. Okay, that's good. Lionheart Sirmia is going to be able to get another S3, but if I can get another counter with like my Arunca and my Aiden, then it's kind of okay. Lionheart Sirmia gets hella value here. And if he hits my Aiden is very likely dead. And we missed. Nice. That's good. Another counter. Another counter. Good. We're still alive. He does have a soul burn on his Peyra, which is a little bit scary, just because Uberi's Tooth is going to do a lot of damage. But now, at this moment in the game, it's 3v3. I need to think about, like, how am I going to win from this spot, right? If I S1 Ruel, I can't kill her. If I S1 defense buff on Lionheart Sirmia, I can't kill her. She has 70% evasion, right? If I kill the Peyra here, I'm in a driving position to win, right? So I'm gonna go for the winning play to S1 the Peyra, and I hit her, right? So I landed. That's great. I didn't need that dual attack. That was kind of not necessary. But now I'm gonna go for another S1 on the Lionheart. Hopefully drag another useful unit. Very good. And now I'm gonna go for a Soulburn S1 to throw out as much damage as I can with the Aiden. Still not enough, unfortunately. But Lionheart S3 is going to go in. I have to pray that my Aiden dodges again, and one counter should be able to kill him, I think. Okay, I get another counter. That's big. Wasn't enough damage. Oh, it was enough damage. Now I have S3 to kill off Ruel, and the game is over. GG's.